Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Ultimate Woman. And today we're here celebrating Madeena, and she is such a beautiful lady. I just want to welcome you now. Hello, Madeena.
Thank you so much. Hi, Dr. Nikki, and everybody watching.
Yeah, and so today, well, first, Madeena, first of all, we were just like, it's so good to see you. And that's been like such a gift as I get to catch up with you and hear all the goodness of how things have been evolving since the program, where you're at now, and really to go through so that some of the women can also see like what can happen when you go through the program. And so how did you find out about the program?
I found out on your Instagram just like a couple weeks before I saw your Instagram, and I was like, she is such an amazing light. Like, I loved your Malibu beach home, and I was reading your captions about the way you live your life, and it's so authentic and true. And I felt such an amazing resonance with you. I remember one thing you were like in your caption was that you like to like swim at night with the dolphins. And I'm like, she's living such a dream life. I'm so happy to like see this woman shining. And so I followed you, and then I saw like, you were posting about your offerings, and I saw like the Ultimate Woman program. And so I reached out to you, and we had our like conversation and really connected. And I'm like, I feel so good about this, and I just want to go for it.
Yeah, and you did, and you even came to my Malibu beach home like twice, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even three times. So yeah, so that was super nice to have you there and and have your bonus sessions there. So that was really beautiful. And I want to share a bit about your transformations in the program. So can you tell me a little bit about like what were your goals when you like what were you wanting when you came into the program?
I really wanted to put myself, like my true self first, my reason for being here. Like that was so put to the side in my life. And I really wanted to live in my truth and my purpose, and so I don't know, this is maybe going too far, but like even sometimes now I'm still like going back and looking at the videos like of the Q&As, and it's like so great to listen to myself speak, because whenever I was like sharing, I wasn't really hearing what I was saying, so like to go back and like look at what I'm actually saying, and how almost every single call I'm talking about like I'm an artist and I want to like be an artist and like live that life, so and now like I really am, I mean, there's momentum, and I'm just in the beginning phases of really taking it super seriously. Like, this is my life's work and my purpose, and I want to go all in. So but I'm still like in the beginning phases of really, making that my reality. So
Yeah, so let's actually talk about that. I remember when you said to me on the Q&A calls, like on the coaching session calls, you were like, I want to be an artist. Like you were working in a job at the time and you really did believe in the company that you worked for. So that's really great. I knew that you really believed in that. So you were in your truth in some degree. And there was the part of you that you were like, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I have paintings. And I remember when you started painting in the program. So you did, you felt into it and it's like, okay, do it. And you started. And I think that was what I want to celebrate in you is that you took the action. Like you wrote the goal and then you took the action steps and you completed. I think you even completed maybe two. You were on your second one by the time the program finished. And then I remember we caught up and you said that you had sold a piece as well, right? So you actually made money from your art.
yeah, and I'm in the middle of another commission right now, and it's been so yeah, it's like it's really real, and I'm making it real, and I'm making it happen. And a big part of it is also really being in my freaking feminine element and embodiment.
Yeah.
And so your program was so perfect for that. Like, it
Yeah.
helped
So
me to feel safe in my feminine essence, and yeah, just feel safe in my purpose and my truth. And like, I'm just so grateful for that, because it really made a huge difference in my life.
Yeah, so actually that's the other thing I wanted to celebrate in you is I remember when you came to the program, you were of course a beautiful goddess. And I also saw how you came more into your feminine in like this confident, blossoming way, like and almost like even like this ripeness happened when we were in the program. And I still see it now, and I see it in your photos, and I'm just like, wow, like so beautiful you awakened into your feminine. And yeah, and you spoke how that's been a support. And that's the idea is we want to live feminine lives as women. And I don't know if you have anything more you want to share about that.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for having the space to really be able to, step into my feminine embodiment and leadership, because that's the space that you created and you were living it. And so, yeah, just being able to learn from you and see that, okay, she's doing it, she's living her life, she's real, and so it was such great, confidence giving and empowering for me and, I'm sure everybody else. Yeah, I mean, we saw everybody transform. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, like just the feminine embodiment has been a huge part of my life. And I feel like there's really no going back to, like, why would I make the choice to not like honor myself and my truth and whatever, like, yeah, so it's been a journey.
Yeah. And I wanted to, you said a very specific word that I feel that you also developed in the program, which is confidence. So many women doubt themselves, and they doubt themselves around their careers, around how much money they can make, about around love in their lives, etc. And where you really built confidence and learned to create strong boundary was in the job that you had. So I remember that you had wonderful results from that. And I guess I'll give a little summary, but you can elaborate where you felt like you wanted to make more money, and you also felt like, "Ah, this stuff isn't even in my job description. Like, I don't want to be doing this stuff."
Hmm.
And if you want to share, and I remember us having some back and forth, like messages back and forth, where I was supporting you in how to communicate in a way that was still loving and compassionate, and so that you could receive the results that you wanted. So if you want to
Yeah,
share.
so when I first got in the program, I was working for this company that I loved so much. And it gave me like a lot of freedom, and it helped me to like just, it was so great to give my energy to a company that was doing positive things in the world, so I felt really good about it. But the thing was, like, I kind of had like zero boundaries with what I would like be asked to do. I would just do it. And so I really learned how to like find my true place with the company at that time, like not just being like a yes, yes, yes person and completely putting my own needs and um like, yeah, just like really not having clear boundaries. So being in the program and like going through like the activations and stuff really helped to empower me as well to just, be like, have stronger boundaries, like learn how to like say no, but then also it's like scary to say no. So yeah, just having that support was like really helpful with that. And then like I leveled up and got like 3, 4 assistants. And so, yeah, like my energy changed in that way. And yeah, like what a testament to the program.
Yeah. So I think the result in that job was that when you were able to say, no, I'm not doing that. That's like not in the job description. Then he hired 3 to 4 assistants that then were doing those things. And then you also got a raise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a raise as well. So I learned like, because also in the beginning, and just the way I operated all my life was to just make enough to have my needs, my essentials met, and then nothing else, so that was like the energy that I was like living in all my life. Basically, it's like just having enough to get my needs met no matter what it was, like no matter where I was living or what I was doing at the time. Like that's just the frequency that I was at. And going through the program helped me to learn how to receive more. Like, it's okay. It's more than okay to, get more than what you need, like, so that was a really huge thing for me to like shift my energy in that way. And it's been a journey ever since of doing what I want, and like spending money on what I want. And, like they go beyond my needs. Now it's like luxury experiences. Like it's okay, So it's so unfortunate. I don't know if it's ancestral stuff. It's just like really deep shadow stuff of not, because yeah, we're so unconscious of it. Like I was unconscious of it, and this helped me to, yeah, just receive more, and I'm still doing that. So thanks.
Yeah, beautiful. And I remember when you were creating that goal around like how much you actually wanted to receive versus needing to receive. And I really felt you being like, it was almost like you had this epiphany and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I could totally have what I want. And with that, actually, I remember you changed locations of where you were living too, because you were like, in a beautiful mansion house, but then you were like, no, I really want my own space. And you wanted to be in a certain neighborhood and everything. And then you were able to make that happen too.
I
So,
got clear on what I really wanted, like I guess part of me felt like there's something wrong with wanting my own space, which is weird, like first of all because of money, and then second of all it's better to live with roommates, a community, and stuff like that, but I really found that what I really needed was my own space to rejuvenate and not have so many other people's distractions, So it was really important for me to have like a really beautiful sanctuary space. I realized, what, like that's a need.
yeah,
And just as an artist as well, it's like it's just so nice to I need a lot of space for my paintings and my work and my projects and whatever, So I'm realizing that's my need, and so yeah, I realized that I really wanted my own place, and I ended up getting my own really beautiful like little guest house in Topanga, which was so hard to, you know, picture happening. Like I never thought I could find a place there. Like everywhere is like, all taken and whatever. So it was really cool that that happened, and it was like really like budget friendly, because at the time that's where I was at, and
yeah.
yeah,
And
that was
so,
another cool manifestation. Yeah.
yeah. And actually, what I'm hearing in you is like you found your self-worth. You were like, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. And it came through in both your work, meaning where you were working at the time with the raise and the help, and then it also came through in where you lived because that upgraded to what truly was true for you. And then even your self-worth in terms of choosing your purpose and painting, because that's your passion in your heart, and you're like, my purpose and my passion is important enough to put it on the schedule and to paint it and do it and make it happen.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that as well, was how at first I really didn't value my time and energy. I let other things completely take it up and then completely forget about my sole purpose, which is very connected to my art. Like, like so it's so important to get clear on, and making that active choice to be in your sole purpose. So
Yeah.
that helped me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also feel like part of that was your choice to say yes to the program. It was like choosing yourself,
Yeah,
really.
so true.
So, what would you say to the women? Like, there's some women who are like scared, they're not sure if they have enough money. There's women who just aren't sure if they should do it. Like, what would you say to these women?
I would say that if you feel drawn to the program in any way, kind of, be able to discern if that's from your soul or not, because more than likely it definitely is. And so it's really important to make those choices. I'm so happy that I did, because it gave me the most confidence to continue to say yes to myself. Like just that first step, because you were the very first coaching program I ever did in my life.
Oh,
I never,
yay.
I never invested in myself before. And
Mm.
so, I mean, look at my transformation. It's real. So that's what I have to say is you're like so empowering, and it's so beautiful to be in your energy and the activations that you give. And so I just want to say that you can trust Dr. Nikki so much. You're in such good hands. And yeah, it's time to rise. You can do it.
Yeah, you can. Thank you for these encouraging words to the women because it's true. Like it's so beautiful when women are supporting women, and encouraging and empowering. And that's why I created this program because I want to see women shining their light and doing their work, like painting these beautiful pictures behind you. Like they're so feminine and fun and joyful. And just to see that, I'm like, wow, like I'm so happy and great. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm living my Dharma because I get to see you shine in yours and do yours. What
You
was
really helped me to step up into my Dharma. Yeah.
beautiful? And what was your favorite part of the program?
I definitely enjoyed our weekly calls. I love the light activations at the end. It was so great for all of us to be together and to experience that. I would say that is my favorite part. And then also, I love just the activations that you had in the different modules because it's such a quick way to like shift your energy to just go through it. So it's so many amazing tools in there that I still continue to use, and I still just learned so much. So
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, and that's one of the benefits is you get lifetime access. You can always go back and use the material at any time. And now there's actually 2 coaching calls now that we're expanding into the and receiving more women into the program. So yeah, so what Madeena is talking about is there's coaching calls where you ask questions and it's like and I love that time too. Like yesterday I actually took mine and I did the Q&A call with like my silk robe and I have an ankh and I was just like, and we kind of did like a moon ritual in the call. So it was really fun. Yeah, and this has been so fun and it's been so beautiful to see you blossoming. And is there anything else you want to share with me or in general before we kind of close this session?
I just want to say thank you so much again for shining in your truth and in your light and choosing your true path, because I it's so cool that you were like a medical doctor, and you realized that there's so much more that was missing, and you kind of helped to bring that to life. And so it's really beautiful to see you shining, and it helps to empower so many other people just like me. And I know there's so many others out there that will benefit from everything that you offer, and just yeah, seeing you shine. So thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Madeena. Thank you for showing up and saying yes to doing this great work. And may our time together today inspire the women who are ready to also say yes to themselves. And if you are, I invite you to book a consult with me or someone from my team at ultimatewomanuprising.com/consult. And thank you for being here. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.